Here we go. Trying to fix up my hair. In all honesty, I don't know if anyone is gonna show up, but I'm still going to discuss Love is Blind Habibi. And what I'm gonna do is I'll just record it and then post it later onto the channel in case anyone wants to watch it. I know 9 a.m. is kind of early. I wish I could do it later, honestly, but I have to go to work. And then I have a job interview later on, so we're doing it right now. I made this cute little slideshow just to keep myself on track, because sometimes like I'll just start talking about random things and it defeats the purpose of talking about Love is Blind. So I watched the episode again last night just because I wanted to refresh my memory, and that's when I was working on this thing. So if I messed up some of the names on the live stream, if I messed up some of the names on the slideshow, I did not do it on purpose. Promise, it was an accident. Okie dokie. Sorry, I muted my mic. I'm so tired, but okay, let's do this. So first off, we get to meet one of the first cast members that starts having a connection with someone, and that off the bat was Chafik. I'm not a fan of Chafik. I don't think I like him that much. I think he talks a lot. He talks a lot of game, and he seems to be one of those guys that, you know, he's gonna say the right thing to you. He's gonna make you feel great about yourself. But at the end of the day, he's gonna break your heart. And you know damn well that he's gonna break your heart, but you still talk to him and you still pursue a relationship with him. And I think that's the part that I'm like, the fact that he has so many connections. Because I really like Dunya. I think that's how you say her name. Nour, I have a lot of mixed feelings about Nour. I'm not really a big fan of hers, especially because of something that she says later on. And we'll get to touch on it because I put it on the slideshow because I wanted to talk about it. And then Ahar. So he also has a connection with Karma. But that gets shut down pretty quickly, and you guys will see why it gets shut down pretty quickly. I don't know if you guys have already seen the show, well, the first episode, but this is a discussion. I'm not really going to go over the episode and the things that happen, you know, one by one, like I usually do on my recaps. So yeah. So first off, we have Chafik and Dunya. Hi, I really enjoy your channel. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So first off, we have Chafik and Dunya. I think that Dunya carries herself very confidently. She does say that for her, it has been really hard to open up in previous relationships. And now, oh, hold on. I'm not even showing you guys the slide. There we go. So, you know, Dunya carries herself very confidently. For her, it has been really hard to open up to other people. And one of their first connections between these two is that both of them are French educated. So their Arabic is not as strong as some of the other cast members on the show. And once they talk about that, they're like, oh my God, that's so nice. We're French educated. So that's the first connection they have. Chafik likes to travel a lot. He has a very adventurous side, just like she does. She seems to be more reserved when it comes to how she makes her decisions. She's not as, what's the word? I can't even remember. Well, Chafik doesn't like to wait. He's very impatient. He likes to do things out of nowhere. And he also has a family business. I forgot about that. But she's more on the reserved side when it comes to making her decisions. She'll take her time. She doesn't like to rush into things. She doesn't like to, just make decisions out of nowhere. And what I feel happens between these two is that their connection is very bubbly, is so fun and so entertaining to watch. But I worry that once it gets serious, Chafik is gonna have a hard time coping with it. I don't think these two, well, I just feel like he has a hard time committing. I don't think he's ready for commitment. I don't think he's marriage material yet. I think he's still in the factory trying to reset his factory settings to husband material. Yeah. And I put a note at the bottom that I do feel like Chafik is doing this for his parents. I don't think he wants to get married yet. I think his parents have put a lot of pressure on him to get married, and he's not ready for it. Next, we have Nour and Chafik. Even though, you guys can see a photo of her, but even though these two have not seen each other in person, it seems like they have a lot of chemistry. For these two, it looks more like it's a physical connection. They don't really talk about, deep things or have deep conversations. And like I said, it's like they have an attraction towards each other, even though they haven't seen one another at all. Aesthetically, I think they match pretty well. But other than that, I don't really see it that much. Right when she goes inside the phone, she makes it clear. Oh, and then there's also this moment where after Dunya and Chafik had a connection, Nour and Chafik have a meeting. And after that meeting, she goes back inside the dorms and makes it clear to all the girls that Chafik is only for her and her only. So I don't know how that's going to play out. This is just the first episode. So I'm not sure if Nour is going to make it, it's going to be more dominant when it comes to Chafik, or if Dunya is going to say anything about it. But then Chafik also has a connection with Hajar. But to me, these two are more like friends. I didn't see any chemistry. I didn't see anything there. They were just having a fun, kiddo friendly conversation, and that's all we got from them. Now, I wanted to talk about Nour, and this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be long, but yeah, we're going to talk about her for a little bit. But she says that she doesn't like to talk about work, because there's this one time that she's having a conversation with one of the guys, and he's asking her questions about her job and what she does for a living. And she's like, well, I don't like to talk about work. But every single time she gets a chance, she's talking about how she models. So do you like talking about work, or do you not like talking about work? That's confusing to me. Now, she has this controversial take. I say controversial because this is literally what she says. The feminists ruined us. They are the ones who supported the idea of a woman being independent and working, which is something I don't support. Yet you're here in the show. You're a model. Someone that says something like that, in my eyes, I would think that you stay home all the time and you had your parents do an arranged marriage because you don't want to make any decisions, right? Because you're saying that the feminist movement ruined you. And I think there's so many beautiful things that came from the feminist movement. No. And there's so many beautiful things that came from the feminist movement. And I have I have this thing when I say 1, 2, 3 in my recordings to make sure that that's where I cut. So I just did it. Whatever. But yeah, she's here. She says that she wants someone that's going to pay for every single thing in her life. She does not want to put any effort. She says that what she needs is a man that can take her to fancy dinners, that can spoil her and do all those things. And that's fine if that's what you want in life. I just think that that comment she made about, you know, feminists ruining women, I don't know. It's a little far-fetched because you are benefiting from that movement. You're in the show for a reason. You are a model because of the feminist movement. If it wasn't because of the feminist movement, you wouldn't be here. That's where I'm trying to get to. Like, don't judge a movement that has helped you through your life is my problem with that. So that's like the funny part to me. Yeah, I did count down. But yeah, that's where I am with her. I don't really know how I feel about her, especially because of that comment that she made, like I said. And also, like, when you look at her and who she is, you see that she has a bunch of like cosmetic surgeries done. Like, I personally don't think that those are the lips that she has. I'm pretty sure those lips are fake. You think you would be able to get those lips if it wasn't because of the feminist movement? But let's move on from her. I think it's funny that right after that, when she says, you know, I want a man that supports me, I don't want to do anything, I want them to take care of me. The man, and back in the men's headquarters, they have this moment where they make a pact that they are not here to support women 100%, that they don't want to take care of them financially. And I thought that was funny because I was like, well, you know, she's over here saying, I want someone that supports me 100%. And then the men are like, that's not going to happen. Is that movement still? Baby, come on. Yes, it is. But yeah, here we go. Next one. Karma. Personally, Karma is one of my favorite cast members so far. I really enjoy every time she comes on screen. I feel like she's a very independent woman and she really wants someone that is going to uplift her. She wants someone that's not going to be scared of her power. She's a business owner. She has made it herself. And all she's doing really right now is looking for someone that can match her financially, educationally, and emotionally. And I'm worried that some of the things that she wants to do in her life are too much for the man here. So that leads me to one of her first connections, which is Chafik. Right off the bat, when I saw Chafik and Karma talk to each other, I was screaming to the TV, please, Karma. Oh, you guys see? I even have her with the wrong name. Let me fix it because it's bugging me. Karma. I just wanted it to end. I just wanted them to stop talking to each other because I feel like Chafik is going to break her heart and I didn't want that to happen. So I was very happy to see that eventually later on, she has a connection with this guy right here. His name is Ammar. Ammar is a dentist from Syria and he's 30 years old. The priority for him is that he wants his wife to take care of the home, take care of the kids, take care of everything. You know, her priorities come second in his eyes. And this is how a lot of the men are raised. You know, the wife must be the home taker, must be the person that takes care of the kids and does all these things in her life. Her personal things come after. So he's a very grounded individual. He's determined, but he seems to be a little jealous or overprotective. And I'll let you guys decide how you feel about that. Me personally, I'll let you guys know in a bit. Sorry. But where I wanted to go to is that Ammar, when he finds out that he really, really likes Karma after his first date, he goes over to Chafik and he tells him, hey, brother, you need to stay away from him. I don't want you guys to be together because I am, you know, I want her to be my wife. And Chafik respects that. There's this moment where, oh, right here, friendship or love. He chooses friendship. He really, really likes Chafik really likes Ammar, and when they had that moment, he made the decision that he was going to stop talking to Karma, which I really do appreciate. I feel like there is a sense of brotherhood on this show. I think we have seen it happen in the previous, like Love is Blind USA and all this other stuff, but in this one in specific, it just seemed more strong than the other ones. But let's go back to Ammar and Karma. These two, I'm gonna put it right here. These two bond over the fact that they have like a matching energy. Both of them are very grounded with one another. The way they speak to each other is so mature. Like they know what they're talking about. They understand each other. The thing is that Karma likes to dance, and Ammar is not happy with that. And he makes it clear right away that he does not like that. I thought that it was a little insensitive of him to be like, I don't like that. Like, I don't know. At least to me, it's just weird because based on what I've seen from Karma, I don't think when she says, I like to dance, she goes out there and it's grinding up on man. Like I don't think that's happening. What I think is happening is that Karma likes to dance by herself. She likes to take classes. She likes to do performances. And Ammar is not okay with that. Like I said, Karma needs someone that is going to uplift her, someone that is going to love her and accept those things that she likes and that she enjoys to do. I personally, well, for example, like, and this is my personal life, but me and my husband met social dancing when we were doing bachata and salsa dancing. And in the social dancing world, you can dance with multiple people. It's not an issue. It's not a problem. You can just dance. You go to it, like it's not a club because it's really not a club, but you go to this hall and people dance with each other. They all dance together. Nowadays, because of our kids and because life, I'm the one that primarily goes out to social dance. And I go by myself. And my husband doesn't see an issue with it. And I don't see a problem with it. But it's only dancing. That's the thing. Like, it's dancing. So I hope that Karma can actually find herself someone that accepts that side of her. Because to her, it's so important. She has spent so much time in her life focusing on her career, on becoming a better person. And now she wants a marriage. And I just hope that that man is okay with what she's giving him, because she's willing, to put things aside. But dancing for her is so important. This might sound ignorant, but aren't their marriage arranged as children? Not all of them. There is some that are arranged, but in this scenario, they are, going there by themselves and trying to find love. But yeah, some of them are arranged, some of them are not. I think it all depends on the family, but yeah. Sorry. Okay, sorry. One of the other things they match, well, one of the other things they bond over is the fact that they love old songs. And they have this cute, adorable moment where both of them start singing to one another the same song. And then Karma starts singing to Ammar, I love your eyes. They're so pretty. They're so adorable. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I just wish that Ammar would just ignore the dancing part and just be fine with it. On their next day, Chafik sends her a gift where he puts all the songs that he loves with perfume on it, and she really liked it. What was the superpower question? Ammar doesn't realize that if her father accepts her dancing, she has no real reason to settle for a husband who doesn't. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. That's why it just breaks my heart, because I think they're a good connection. I just think Ammar's not willing to give that up. And that's what breaks my heart. But yeah, both of them have a really good sense of humor. Karma really enjoys his sense. Karma really enjoys his sense of humor. I personally don't enjoy it. He was making a lot of jokes as like, oh, I'm gonna throw this brick towards the wall because you are talking to someone else. Or I'm going to jump into the window because I don't want you talking to anyone. Were you thinking about someone else? She thinks it's funny. I don't. But, you know, maybe it is for some people. Like I said, that's what I wanted to bring up. Do you guys think that Ammar is jealous or protective? Because he says that he's protecting what's his. You know, he's protecting his wife. He's protecting what he loves. But is it protection or is it jealousy? Like, oh, and like I said, there's a part where he says, I want to throw the dumbbell through the wall. And also the actions that he does, like outside of the pods, where he's convincing Chafik to break his connection with Karma. It's like he's playing chess with Karma's feelings. He doesn't want her to make the decisions. He wants to make the decisions for her. It's nice to see the more old-fashioned tastes too. The world needs more romance. Music is the language of the heart. I did think this season of Love is Blind Habibi was very romantic. Right now that you bring it up, it definitely was. There were many occasions where I was drawn in. I was like, what's happening? I feel so love. That I did feel. This season was very romantic. There were many moments where the couples were just like, oh, I love your essence and your femininity. And I was like, oh. I don't know. I thought it was cute. Yeah, it was. But what else? Oh, there's another occasion on their third date where Ammar is telling Karma, like, oh, it's not that I'm jealous. I want you to be mine. And I want you to make decisions for, like, he wants her to, what did he say? Sorry, guys. I'm like having a brain fart. But let me see. This is not the one I want. This is the one I want.
Do his own story.
I had to be independent.
I have to do my best so that Netflix doesn't see it, because then they get mad. Let me see. I had to watch it with subtitles on because I thought that they were not translating things properly. Oh, here's the part. Oh, I remember now. So there's this moment where Ammar is asking Karma if she's going to put her life aside for him because he wants undivided attention. He wants to make sure that she's going to, you know, pay attention to him 24/7. And that is one of the moments where my concerns increase with Ammar, because I feel like he has been hurt in the past, or he has seen his parents go through something traumatic where maybe mom cheated or dad cheated, and now he goes back. He thinks of that all the time, and he portrays it to Karma. You know, he like reflects it on her. He has a hard time trusting, and I think that's going to be an issue because, as we said, you know, he doesn't like her dancing. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that he doesn't know how to trust people. I think he has a really hard time doing that. Children are non-negotiable for him. Karma wants children, but she told him that she's not in a rush. She wants to take her time, but Ammar doesn't really want to take his time. They also have a conversation about having children through IVF or adoption through IVF or adoption. And both of them agree that they will do that if they can have children. So that was pretty good. They are family people. Almost everyone here in this show is like, oh, I love family. Family comes first. And I do know that family is incredibly important for their culture. More partners. Karma does say at the end of their meeting that she wants to have more time with Ammar and she wants to explore her other connections. But like I said, the problem is that Ammar already made the decision for her. He already made Chafik stop talking to her. I think as, you know, brothers, it was very nice of Chafik to listen to Ammar. But I think what Ammar did to Karma was not fair. I think he should have let her explore that connection. So at the end of the day, she can make the decision for herself. Yes, I want Ammar, or no, I don't want him. I'll show you guys this one. Now, let's move on to Mohammed. I really like his voice. Every time I hear him speak, I'm like, it's like a radio producer, and he's a marketing and brand manager. I actually thought that he worked in radio because it makes sense. His voice is like, wow. Let me see if I can show you guys like a little clip of his voice. I'll put it on this side because I really like his voice.
عمار هل أنت تتخيل يا حبيبي يا عمار أنني سوف أعطيك سبيس؟
Oh, here he is.
يمكن عشان هيك هلا الواحد أنا غلط. جاكم محمد.
Look, this is his introduction. Watch. Let me put the volume up.
جاكم محمد معذب قلوب النساء. Let's put a ring on it.
You guys see what I'm talking about? That's the voice. He sounds like the movie phone guy. Yeah, he does. But yeah, that's the voice of this dude. Let's go back to the slideshow. Okay, so there's something that Mohammed says where he shares that he has messed up in the past. He doesn't tell us how he messed up in the past. He said he wasn't old enough and, you know, now he understands other people's perspectives. But I wish he would have gone more into detail as to how he messed up, because all I have now is what I think. You know, I can't really come to any conclusions from what he said other than maybe he cheated. I think he cheated in the past because he was just, the woman he had was not enough for him, and he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna cheat. And I do see Mohammed, you know, getting a lot of girls. So not because he's handsome, because I don't think Mohammed is handsome. I just think he has a really good voice and he knows how to talk to women, and you guys will see that in a bit. One of his first connections that he has is with Safa. I really think that Safa is so adorable, so cute. She's a very beautiful woman, and they start connecting with one another because both of them value respect, communication, and generosity. Both of them are very driven towards like morals and keeping a family together. She is actually living in Canada and is moving to Dubai soon. I was a little confused by that they had a lot of cast members that were either from a different place or were going to move to Dubai soon. There was just a lot of moving around, and I thought this was more city-based. But I also did see that a lot of the people here have like social media platforms. So I'm not sure if Netflix was actually looking for real couples or they were looking for social media influencers to boost Love is Blind Habibi, which I get it, you know, they need to boost it so people watch it. I just didn't really understand why they had so many people from different places, because then that becomes an issue later on. In their first conversation, I did feel like they were missing a lot of substance. I thought that they were very fun to talk to one another. They were having a really fun time, but they weren't having any deep conversations. So I was very confused at the end when Safa said, at the end of their meeting, she said that she had a bigger connection with him than with the other guy that she meets later on. So I don't know, because I thought the other conversation was more deep, and I thought that it had more substance to it. Mohammed didn't really have much to add to any conversation like on their first date, and Safa didn't really ask him any questions. So again, I was confused when she was like, oh, you're my stronger connection, because it didn't make sense to me. How are you gonna have a connection with someone that you haven't really spoken with, and you guys are just laughing the entire time? They bond over sushi, which was like, okay, doesn't everyone like sushi? Well, I know people that don't like sushi, but almost everyone likes sushi, so I didn't even think that it was that much. Oh, this is what I said. Oh, he really likes her, but I think that he's more happy about what she can provide, which, yes, I do feel like she, like I said, she is very feminine, and he really likes that. And he really likes that she can cook and that she can, you know, make him food. And he brings that up many times. He's like, oh, now you can cook for me. Oh, you're so feminine. I love that. But that was the first meeting. There's a second meeting. Okay, yeah, like I said, their second meeting was way better. He says that he's not a jealous person. He likes to communicate. He says, yeah, I know you can't be friends with someone that doesn't like sushi. Their second meeting was way better. He's not jealous. He likes to communicate when he encounters problems. And that's something that I want to hold on to, because sometimes the man and the woman come over here and say things, and then when they're in the outside world, they don't deliver on any of it. Picky eaters really kill the vibe. Yeah, they do. Imagine all of you are gonna go try some new food, and then you have the picky eater that doesn't want to eat anything. But yeah, like I was saying, I do want to see if he is going to preach, if he's going to act on what he says, that he's going to be able to communicate with her when he encounters any problems, because I'm not sure that that's going to be the case in the outside world. I hope it is, but we never know. He's also pretty good at reassuring Safa, which is one of the things that drives Safa to him. That, you know, he's always telling her, I like you, I love your femininity, I love who you are, I like your attitude, I love like the connection that we have with one another. So if it was me, having someone that reassures you all the time, it's nice, you know? So I understand why she's having that connection with him now. He's very good at... Oh, sorry. So yeah, on their second meeting, definitely their connection goes more from giggles to more of a deep conversation. And I do wonder if that's going to be enough, because Safa also has a connection with Kareem. And this connection is more deep. They started talking about family loss. Both of them lost their dad. I can't remember if Kareem's dad passed away, or if he just left the family. But he's a self-made man. The moment that his parent left, I'm gonna say left because I don't remember if he died, but the moment that his dad left, he had to step up and be the caretaker of the family. He created his own business. He helped his mom and his siblings get out of a hard time. And honestly, props to him. Like, I applaud him for being able to do that. I think something that we take for granted at times is how hard it is to make it out there. And as a teenager, which I think he was a teenager, it is not your responsibility to take care of your family. You know, it's your responsibility to live life. And I applaud him for that. But she loves that. She loves that he's self-made. Both of them are attracted like to each other's emotional intelligence and how mentally stable they are. And Kareem also shares that in his past relationships, he tends to feel the emotional void that the other person is not giving them. So I wonder if that's going to be an issue later on. He says that with Safa is the complete opposite, because both of them match each other and he doesn't feel like he has to fill in that empty space. You know, they just complement one another. And there's also this quote that Safa tells him. She tells him, I want you to feel like I am home and that we can build together. And I think Kareem needed that reassurance that this person is not looking for someone that is going to fully provide for them, that is going to, you know, take care of everything, because this is something that he has been doing for the entirety of his life. So he wants someone that can match him and they can build from there. Okay. And last but not least, we have Simo. And if I didn't like Chafik, Simo came to take his place. Honestly, Simo is such an arrogant guy. The moment he comes onto screen, you're just like, please get out of my screen. Stop talking. I don't want to see you ever again. But that's just his attitude. He says that the entirety of his life, he has been working on himself. He has been building himself up so that he can provide for his wife. And the moment he said that, I was like, here you are. Nour and Simo are going to make it. They're going to be together. They're going to have a great connection. I don't know if you guys remember who Nour was, but this is Nour. This is Nour. The girl that doesn't like the feminist movement, that's Nour. And the moment he said that, I was like, oh yeah, these two are going to work out. They are going to be a perfect couple. But my surprise when he starts having a connection with Ammar, I was like, what? But it makes sense because both of them are extremely arrogant with one another. Forgot how much Simo sucks. I know, right? He's so annoying. It's like I can't stand him when he starts speaking. He's so arrogant and it drives me insane how full of himself he is. But yeah. So right off the bat, let me see. Did I forget anything else? Oh, he walks out on multiple girls because he doesn't like the conversation. There is one part that I thought was hilarious. I didn't like it, but I did think it was funny. He walks into the spot and one of the girls asked him what his zodiac sign is. And the moment he says it, she goes, oh, it doesn't look like we're gonna work out. And he goes, oh, you're into judgment? I'm out of here, and walks out of the door. I thought it was funny because, you know, she's judging him and then he judges her back. So yeah, but yeah. These two, Simo and Hajar, both of them are into fashion. They bond over their parents being separated. They are twins also. Both of them are twins and they are arrogant. In my eyes, I thought that they were better for one another, but it makes sense why Simo at the end of the day wouldn't really consider dating someone like Ammar. Why? Because he does not want anyone to take his spotlight. For Simo, being the center of attention is extremely important. He says that he's extremely arrogant. And he also says that he's into fashion, so both of them can match on that. I think their energies are very equal, but I don't think that they're going to be happy. Ammar wants to be the center of attention, and so does Simo. So I don't think that's gonna work out. But yeah, I don't know. So then he goes on to a date with Jasmine. And once he starts talking to Jasmine about family, it's like he forgets everything about Ammar. He sees Jasmine as someone more mellow, someone that he can have more of a like deep connection other than just I'm an arrogant ass. Pay attention to me. Yeah, that's exactly. Oh, I remember him pretty well. They also talk about their parents being role models for each other. He seems to want to do better as a parent than his parents did. And the reason why I said that is because there's many occasions where Simo is like, I want to be a present father. I want that when my kids go to like sports or have any activities, I am there for them. And I was thinking, well, usually when we say things like that, it's because our parents didn't do those things for us. So he is doing good in that aspect of wanting to be a present father. So I appreciate that about him. You think he makes for great content? Yes, he does. He's that guy that you want to watch because he's an asshole. He seems to want to do better as a parent. Something that he does that I'm not sure if you guys think is an issue, but I kind of saw it as a problem when instead of calling the girls by their names, he calls them the Tunisian girl and the Moroccan girl. And every time he's talking about them, he says that. He's like, oh, the Tunisian girl or the Moroccan girl. Why don't you call them by their names? I Joey sees. I wouldn't have Simo's baby until he sees an anger management specialist. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he shows his anger towards the end of like the show. I don't know how it's gonna be for the next episodes, but I mean, I'm excited to see what happens and how everything plays out. But right after he has his meeting with Jasmine, he goes into the men's headquarters and he starts telling the boys like, no one touched Jasmine. I already made up my mind. I already know that I like the Tunisian girl and that's who I want to be with. And he's not budging. He's like, this is who I'm going to pick. And that's all. So stay away from her. But he did seem kind of aggressive about that. He was like more assertive and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie. I did start episode 2 because I wanted to see if Ammar and what's her name? Karma were going to say yes to one another. Because the end of episode 1 is this whole thing of like, oh my God, is Karma gonna pick Ammar? Is Ammar gonna pick Karma? Is Karma doubting herself? Is she gonna pick him? We know she's gonna pick him. So I did start it because I just wanted to see like, is she really gonna pick him? And she does. She picks him. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. Like I said, I wish I would have gotten to see more of them in the pods. Look, as you guys can see, I already started it. But I wanted to see more of their connection. I think Karma got cheated out of the experience, and I think it was all Ammar's fault. And I really hope he doesn't let her down because I'm gonna be so angry if he cheated her out of the experience and then he goes, you know what? I don't think we're gonna make it. But that's something that I'm excited to see. Love is Blind Habibi lives. But yeah, that's all that I'm gonna cover today. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy the live stream? I thought it was fun. I thought I was doing great. But I would love to hear you guys' criticism because this is the first time that I do a live like this where I'm discussing an episode. I'm used to being able to have my thoughts composed a little bit better and cutting what I don't want you guys to see. But this time I don't get that chance. So you guys are just seeing me like this. But Yay. But I would love to do the next episode too, because I'm really enjoying Love is Blind Habibi. I think I haven't enjoyed something like this in a while. I tried to watch Love is Blind Mexico and I couldn't get through it, even though that is my community and my people. I thought it was just so annoying. Everyone was so cocky and so disrespectful to one another. I couldn't even get through like the second, third episode. I had to go seek someone that was reviewing the show because I thought it was so annoying. But I don't know. Any final thoughts that you guys have about Love is Blind? Ooh, you know what? I do think that Chafik and Dunya are gonna end up together. I don't know why Dunya finds... Well, actually, I do know why. Chafik is just that guy. He's just that guy. Like I said, he's gonna break your heart. You know he's gonna break your heart. And you still pick him. You still pick him. But I think these two are gonna end together. I think Simo and Jasmine are going to end together. As we know, Ammar and Karma are going to end together. And I think Safa is going to pick Mohammed. I wish that she would pick Kareem, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I know, right? I know. He does talk a lot. He says nothing. And he says, I feel like sometimes he just says the right thing, but it doesn't even make sense. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, he'll say something out of nowhere, and then the girls are like, oh my God. Like, oh. But yeah, those are my predictions for the first couples that we saw. Again, I think Safa is gonna end with Mohammed. Kareem did have another connection with this other girl, but there was almost nothing there. They talked about, what did they talk about? Oh, losing their parents. I'll be honest with you. Is he gonna be honest with you though? I don't think so. I think he's like, oh yeah, I'll be honest with you, but it's not really honest. And he always says, I love your name. I'll be honest with you. I like your vibe. I'll be honest with you. I like your energy. I need to drink some coffee. Well, it looks like that's all for today, guys. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in and chatting with me and just being here. Oh, you guys are seeing my Netflix thing. I love One Piece. I don't know if some of you, but I love One Piece and I love animes. So yeah, that's also something I love. But I will see you guys next time. I will be uploading something in a couple of days. I'm rooting so hard for Safa. Me too. I really, really like Safa. She's so sweet. And I just hope that she finds someone good and doesn't pick the wrong guy. So, like I said, I hope she picks Kareem, but I think she's gonna pick Mohammed. I think these two will be a better couple than Mohammed and her. But I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this is my like 4 times saying bye. But I'll see you guys next time. I'll be uploading a video in a couple days and it's gonna be a new show, so keep your eyes out for it. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, Linda, I'm leaving. I'm done.